Hi everyone and welcome to another What's Wrong With. This time we are celebrating, or rather analyzing, the year 2015. Now you may know already or you may not, but this series is highly critical of all the fucking bullshit of the industry of games and how they continually ruin our fun with their shitty products. But this year, I have to admit, is far, my fucking god, way better than the last one. The last one, what was the last one? Nothing? And more of nothing at fucking all? Like, yeah. So this year we had really good games. Let's see, we had Bloodborne, we had Witcher 3, we had a new fucking Metal Gear, we had Halo 5, I guess, we had Super Mario Maker, which I didn't play, we have Fallout 4, which is something, you know, and we had Batman. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost puked in my mouth. So, let's start by explaining some of these games. Fallout 4, it's kind of arrived late in the year, and it's kind of nice, you know, it's fun. You do stuff, you do a lot of stuff, and nothing really matters. Like, nothing that you do matters at all. But doing the stuff is fun anyway, right? At least for a few hours. After like 5 to 10 hours, it's just doing stuff. You know, like a Far Cry, and I'm not going to even mention that there was a new Far Cry 2. Like, but once again, I'm baffled by Bethesda, because they really need new writers. They really need better writers. Like, they need CD Projekt writers. Like, who can craft an excellent main story and side quest, so it doesn't become a boring mediocrity, you know? So, moving on, I didn't play Halo 5 or Mario Maker, but I've heard good things about them, and it would be unfair to not name them just solely because I didn't get to play them myself. But I can't really give an honest opinion about them without playing them. So what can I say more than, you know, Halo 5 seems to be more of Halo, which is if that's something you like, then you'll like Halo 5. And Mario Maker is kind of, from what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, it's kind of like Little Big Planet, but with Mario. Like, you can create levels, and the amount of you know, of fun that you're going to have, like, that sounds really cool on the sound. Like, oh my god, I'm going to buy a game that's going to have infinite amount of levels, right? Because people can make them. That's a great idea. That was a great idea with Little Big Planet as well, but you're gonna find out later, or sooner rather than later, that actually is not that cool, because it will depend on the people that create those levels. If there is a lot of people that create horribly done in 10 seconds kind of levels, then it's fucking horrible. And then when you find a good level, like I'm sure it has some kind of favorite system that you can actually keep that level to replay it. So it kind of depends, but I'm sure that the people at Nintendo did a far better job that with Little Big Planet. I'm pretty sure about that. And also, it was a Little Big Planet 3 game released this year, I believe, but I don't fucking care about it. So, also, having said all that, let's get right into the year, because I don't want to do another 40 minutes What's Wrong With. So, for me, this has been an improvement over 2014. Like, that's a fact, almost. That's not even my opinion. I might be really sure to like say that's a fucking fact. But even so, in hindsight, most of the games I've covered myself on my channel, and the ones that I played and you haven't seen because maybe I haven't covered, are still remastered version of all games. And I was sure, if you see the What's Wrong With of 2014, I was sure that this year was going to be better. But a lot of games got delayed, better games, good games got delayed, and other ones simply just not fucking released, or they weren't even fucking announced. So now I'm left to say that maybe 2016 will be better, but I'm not sure. It looks stronger than this year though. You know, with games like Uncharted 4 and Dark Souls 3 and all those Hellblade and Neo and Nier Automata and so many games, right? And No Man's Sky maybe, because it doesn't have a fucking release date. So we have a lot of indie games as well. Once again, a lot of chapter style graphic adventures, which for me they are not really graphic adventures. They are more like click here to continue adventures. You know what I mean? And also Ori and the fucking Forest. Like wherever I go is Ori and the fucking Forest, which seems to be like the most incredible platformer since fucking Pitfall. I played it, guys. When it released, I played it for a little while. I played it on PC, and it's cute, and it's kinda hard, you know, kinda Castlevania like. What they say now, Metroidvania, like kinda Metroidvania. But it just didn't click for me. I don't know how to explain it. Everyone loves this fucking game. Like it won the best art direction award against fucking Bloodborne. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat that. It won the best art direction award against Bloodborne. So really, is that a thing now? Okay. So also a game that kind of confuses me, Her Story, which seems to be a recording of some sort with a woman in it and a story. That won best story. Again, I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna talk about it because it will seem dishonest. I'm not gonna make fun of it. I don't know. It won best story against The Witcher 3, and I don't know. Maybe I'll play it someday and actually give an actual thought. But it sounds. I know it has to be the best fucking story ever, right? I don't know. Oh, and Transformers. I shouldn't forget about Transformers because, in my opinion, Transformers Devastation should have been right there on Game of the Year award. Should have been won. Should have won the prize. No. Should have been there. Yes. I mean, why the fuck not? Sure, it's not a AAA game, but it's fun. It's a fun game. Isn't that like the most important thing in a game? Or are we viewing games like movies now? Or experiences, you know, quote unquote experiences, like that fucking everyone loves the fucking Rapture? No, what's the fucking name? Everyone loves going to the fucking Rapture, something like that. You know, experiences. The industry just nowadays just baffles me sometimes. Okay, so enough. Let's start with the main show, guys. I have prepared a lot of kind of like my own kind of awards, and we're going to do them. And we're going to start with the most disappointing game of the year. And guess what it is? Yeah. If you know me, if you know who I am, if you're a subscriber, you know what I'm going to say. If you're not, it's fucking Batman. Or rather Bat Tank. I have like a extra 40 fucking minutes video about talking about Batman. But I'm going to give us a mild, annoyed review why I think it's the most disappointing game of the year. Like they took everything that was good about Arkham City, and they went systematically fucking destroying every single piece of it. Like in City, the combat was fluid but tough to master, remember? And required kind of a tight timing, and some battles were pretty hard. And some battles had like 2 or 3 brutes at the same time, and all sorts of different enemies that you have to counter with different button presses. In Night, well, Batman can teleport across the fucking screen and pretty much decimate every single fucking encounter with the counter button. And brutes, when are actually in the game, which are kinda like 2 or 3 fights in the entire fucking game, you can one-shot them against objects. You have like a special press of a button, which you have it immediately when you start the battle. You don't have to gain it by any mean, and you can decimate like 3 or 4 characters immediately when you enter a battle. And on top of that, you can grab a fucking guy, like a brute, even a brute, and just crush his head into an object and immediately kill him. So what's the fucking point? Like, what's the point? So you see that I'm getting my blood boiled, right? So you like flying around in Arkham City? It was fun, right? Well, now you get to drive around in really small streets crowded with enemies, both in foot and in fucking cars that shoot you constantly. So whatever, right? You're probably going to keep flying because that's what you liked. I mean, why will they make a Superman game and make you drive around in a taxi later? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, no. You can't fly. Because all riddles, all the side quest riddles are basically Gran Turismo tests for Batman. And half of the fucking game, you are on the Bat Tank destroying other vehicles that conveniently don't have human fucking drivers in them. Even some bosses are inside the fucking car. Jesus Christ! Like, can they make this more uncomfortable for us? Like, luckily the Predator scenarios are mostly untouched. But they're still a lot easier than in City, because the gadgets of Batman and how fast and noiseless he moves around makes it so overpowered. Like, in every other aspect in the game he's overpowered, except maybe in the car, because you can be one-shotted by some bosses, like that fucking huge Arkham Knight tank. Oh, some bosses can one-shot you while you're in your fucking Batmobile. So I guess Rocksteady said, okay, let's put you in a fucking car and then make the parts of the cars the most difficult thing in the game, because that's what Batman was all about, right? No, it was not. And the story, dear Lord, the fucking story. And don't worry, guys, I'm not gonna spoil it once again, because maybe you wait until Christmas to buy the fucking game. Not on PC, I hope, but in some console. And I'm not gonna spoil it, I swear it, but don't worry about it. But it's basically, without spoiling it, a big mindfuck with a twist that doesn't make any sense. And then you still have to unlock another ending by doing all the side quests. Oh yeah, that's a amazing decision. That's amazing fucking decision, right? Because the side quests are so fucking fun that you'll want to do them anyway, right? I didn't talk about the side quests, but let's talk about the fucking side quests. Remember all those cool side quests in City and in and even in Origins, when you kinda you had all those villains which had cool fist fights, or twisted, fucked up realities that you had to traverse, and witty dialogue and investigations, and stuff like that. Well, you'll find none of that fucking here. You'll find the same fucking combat that you'll find everywhere else, the same Predator scenes. The dialogue is horribly bad. On top of that, nothing feels at stake anymore in side quests. Like, Batman is never in danger, or any fucking civilian, or friend of Batman. Like, whatever, what the fuck ever, right? Like, the Penguin doesn't fucking care. It's every single encounter with the Penguin is the fucking same. Every single encounter with the fucking Two-Face is exactly the same Predator scene in another bank. Oh my god. You know what? I'm just not gonna talk about this game anymore. They had a moment of pure fucking genius. One. Really, I'm dead fucking serious. One. You know what it is? It's that jump scare side quest with the giant bat creature. You know, when you're flying around the city and you have no fucking idea that they can do this with the engine, but suddenly you're about to climb some random building, and a fucking giant bat creature screams in your fucking face, and you've never experienced that kind of jump scare in this game before. That is fucking genius. Why? Because they only make it once. They only make it once. Only one time. Remember that jump scare in Bioshock Infinite? With the fucking dude with the trumpets? I don't know what the fuck. Well, it's the same thing there. It's genius because the game never jump scare you like that. It never did. Then suddenly, boom, in your fucking face. And, You never think that the game is gonna pull off something like that because it didn't have that tone before it. And then in your fucking face, and I got scared, and then I laughed, and then I applaud the game. I really did. I really think that that's a fucking genius. That's great. But after that and before that, the game is fucking trash. So moving on. Worst game of the year, guys. We started with most disappointing game. We are moving on with worst game of the year. And guess what? Again, The Order 1886. I have another fucking 40 minutes about The Order. Like, this is no fucking surprise at all. Do I really have to mention any more of this game? I honestly, I already did 40 minutes of why this game sucks. If you want to check out that video, just see that video, and I'll explain it there. It's the worst fucking game of the year, without a fucking doubt. Every single thing in that game is wrong. Like, it's worse than fucking Destiny. Do I have to say anything else? Next. Most boring AAA game of the year. Boring AAA game of the year. Until Dawn. Yeah. Now, this can sound unfair, and I understand if it does, because a lot of people love this game. But myself, I played like 2 hours of it, and I was so fucking bored that I couldn't bear it anymore. But to be honest, people tell me that it gets better later, and that the story also gets better later. So I guess that's a thing. I guess I should have waited like fucking I don't know how many hours for the game to get better, but I just hated every single thing about it. Like the first 2 or 3 hours, I hated every single thing about it. Like, maybe it was not the time, but it bored my fucking mind out of it. Let's move on. Worst company of 2015. Electronic Arts. No surprise here. Do I really need to talk about Star Wars Battlefront and how fucking bare bones and season pass hungry that game is? Yeah, no, I don't. Fuck EA. Fuck you, EA. You ruined fucking Ultima. You ruined Mass Effect. And now Battlefront 2? Fuck you. And Ubisoft? Yeah, fuck you too. So, worst console of 2015. This was really tough, but yeah, still Xbox One. Really, that fucking empty fucking box that only contains all remastered games and I guess Tomb Raider for some time doesn't I doesn't even make fucking sense. Like, why would you buy that fucking console? It's like you buy this new console with games, that new gen console with and you play all games on them, and then they release more old games that you already played, but you have to buy them again, even if you already bought them like 3 fucking times already or more. Wait, am I still talking about the Xbox, or am I talking about the PS4? Whatever. Let's see, other shitty games that I played, and I totally forgot about them. Dying Light, I guess that was a first-person zombie survival melee fighting game or something. I don't fucking remember anything. I just don't remember anything of it. I guess it was fine, but I kind of forgot about it. What else do we have here? Like new games, right? We are not going to talk about remastered fucking game. Like Mad Max, I definitely played Mad Max, and I have to say, I was going to kind of trash Mad Max, but the fighting is better than Arkham Knight, because at least in Mad Max you can actually die. If you play bad, you can actually die at it. Like, I don't know. Even and fucking combat in the vehicles is fucking fun. Like, jump on the fucking bat tank and have a bad time. Whatever. I'm not going back. Worst company for not releasing a game, and probably will release it the day that I die. Valve and Half-Life 3. Like, just work on the fucking new game already. Please work on Half-Life 3 already. Like, the generations that played Half-Life 2 are fucking dying. You fucking piece of shit, fucking bastard. Start working on a new game. Most disappointing, not released, delayed game of 2015, Mirror's Edge 2. I was really looking forward to this one, guys. Really looking forward to this one. I loved the first one, but hey, whatever, right? Maybe 2016 will be a better year, as I mentioned before. So let's wrap this up. Let's give my final my personal opinion of the game of the year. And yeah, it's Witcher 3. It's an open world, I know, and I've spoken bad about open worlds because I'm kinda tired of the industry seeing open worlds like it's the future. But Witcher 3 is so well made that you don't fucking care. That's the reality. You know, that's when you know that you're playing a game of the year material. When all of your bullshit, no one cares fucking opinions are totally forgotten by yourself while you play that fucking awesome, intense, huge, open-ended, character-driven, beautiful game. And it's kind of hard too, because if you're playing on Deathmarch and you have to adjust to that difficulty. I'm not gonna say it's the hardest game of the year. It's not. That's Bloodborne, but it's hard too. So there is challenge in it as well. So that's my personal game of the year. Witcher 3 is just fucking fantastic. A special mention though to Pillars of Eternity. Easily the second best game of the year for me. Maybe it's a little niche among gamers because it's like Baldur's Gate, and if you haven't played Baldur's Gate, maybe you won't find it fun. I don't know, but an impressive achievement nonetheless. I mean, great RPG gameplay, awesome tactical RPG gameplay, incredible story and characters. Beautiful art and graphics, and impeccable fucking sound. Like, if Witcher 3 wouldn't have released this year, I would have said that Pillars of Eternity is my GOTY. Like, no doubt about that. So, let's say goodbye to this bullshit filled year, because let's be honest, it has been a bullshit filled year. We had another Assassin's Creed that amounted to fucking nothing. We had yet another Call of Duty that amounted to fucking nothing. We have yet another like FIFA and all those sports games that release every single fucking year, and they have all like slight changes and they amount to fucking nothing. And among all the bullshit, we have like little beacons of light that are the games that I already mentioned. And I mentioned them again: Bloodborne, Witcher 3, Fallout 4, yes, Fallout 4 even, Metal Gear, The Phantom Pain. I'm not gonna complain about Metal Gear, The Phantom Pain. I would have put it Metal Gear, The Phantom Pain as the most disappointing game of the year, because I am a fan of Metal Gear and I was horribly fucking disappointed by it. But Batman won. What can I say? Batman won the prize. But it's still an incredibly fun game. Like Metal Gear, still an incredibly fun game to play. Beyond the story. And yeah, Super Mario Maker, I guess, and Halo 5 if you like that kind of games. So it was a bullshit filled year, but still better than the nothing at all year of 2014. Definitely 2015, a better year. We are seeing the consoles kind of like crawling towards a much better market, and with individual releases and exclusives that I don't like, but they exist, whatever. And next year we have a really nice future next year, I think. But I said the same thing last year, and guess what? What's wrong with 2015? So we'll have to see. We'll see. We will see what we have next year. So overall, a lot of shitty fucking releases, but a lot better than fucking 2014, and that's enough. That's enough for me, because I don't trust the industry at all at this point. I really think that only 2 or 3 enterprises are releasing good games. All the other ones are just, re-releasing, like Far Cry Primal, like using fucking animals. It looked like Wild, like that game, like that Sony game, Wild. And another fucking Far Cry. And of course we're gonna see another Assassin's Creed and another fucking Call of Duty. I don't even care. I don't even care, guys. So we'll see each other again when some other game pisses me off enough that I feel that I have to do another one of these videos. So yeah, that's definitely gonna happen sometime in the future. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a Merry Christmas and a lovely end of these fucking years. So goodbye. And fuck you, Electronic Arts. Fuck you, fucking assholes.